Salvete. We are in lesson 20 of Vergil. This is our final lesson in Vergil, and we'll be wrapping up book 6 in this lesson. We are covering lines 847 to 853 in this video. These lines are very famous in the Aeneid. Vergil, in just 7 lines, concisely and very eloquently sums up the Roman mission. And we have an insight into how the Romans viewed themselves and how they viewed the Greeks. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Keeping in mind the context that came before it, because we've skipped over quite a few lines. Right before this, Anchises has been giving Aeneas and the Sibyl a tour of many of the Roman leaders and heroes. And so right at the tail end of this tour of great Romans, we sum it up with this statement here. And then from here we're going to talk about another great Roman, Marcellus, and one of his descendants, the younger Marcellus, who was the son of Octavia, Augustus's sister, and who died young, 19 or 20, and he's commemorated in the Aeneid, so we'll be reading that passage as well. I encourage you to read all of Book 6 in the English. It's one of the books you're supposed to know for the syllabus, all the content of it, and it'll help you understand the context for where we're at. Excudent alii spirantia mollius aera, crede quidem viros ducent de marmore vultus, orabunt causus melius caelique meatus, describent radi et surgentia sidera dicent. Stop right there. The subject is alii, others, and by others we mean the Graeci, the Greeks. And you'll see that that's very clear from what we say about them. Others, excudent, and this is future tense, will hammer out or will forge. Spirantia aera, this is the object. Breathing bronzes. Breathing bronzes is neuter plural. Spirantia is a present active participle, and aera is neuter plural also. And they will do it mollius, more gently or more softly, more gracefully, perhaps. And so this is a adverb here, a comparative adverb, saying others, meaning the Greeks, will more gracefully forge out breathing bronzes, and that means bronze statues. The Greeks are known, and it's quite accepted, that they are superior makers of statues and art. They are the artisans of the ancient world, and the Romans acknowledge that and copy them often. So this is a comparison. This is really a little preamble to the real part that's going to be down here where we're making a contrast. So we're talking about the Greeks in this part. We're talking about the Romans down here. So others will hammer out, future tense again, from excudo, excudere, more gracefully, breathing bronzes. Crede equidem, credo equidem, I believe indeed. So Vergil is adding his little 2 cents in here that this is his opinion. Credo equidem, indeed I believe it. Viros ducent de marmore vultus. They will lead out. Oh, sorry, not viros, sorry, vivos. Living faces. So this is plural. The subject is still alii. Living faces. De marmore, ablative, from marble. Just a restatement of saying that the Greeks are going to make great statues, but done poetically and eloquently. They will lead out, meaning make, living faces from marble. And vultus is fourth declension. This is a plural accusative here. It goes up with vivos. Orabunt, and this is future, by the way, also. Remember, if it was present, it'd be ducunt. So ducent, this uses the am es et, emus et is ent, future. because it's a third declension, and likewise this is a third declension. Oro, orare is the first declension, so we use bo bis bit, bimus bit is bunt. Orabunt, they will plead cases, as in lawyers will plead cases in the courts. They will plead cases milius, better. So they will plead cases. Notice we have a comparative adverb here and a comparative adverb here. Better. And they will describent. You could say describe, maybe map out, write out, describent. They will map out the meatus, the courses, that's the accusative or the object from describent, kaili, of the sky, meaning of the heaven, radio, and this is a ablative, with a compass, with pointers. They will, a thing that creates a circle, a compass. They will map out the courses of the heavens with a compass. And will decant, which Far tells us really means wokant, they will call, they will name the rising stars. Surgentia sidera. Present active participle. These are both neuter plurals, and this is a future also. Got all these are future tense. Future, 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 future. Most of them are third declension. Third conjugation. Got neuter plural up here, neuter plural up here. It's a very balanced passage here. So one more time, this whole thing in translation. Others, meaning the Greeks, will hammer out more gracefully breathing bronzes. Indeed, I believe it. They will lead from marble living faces. They will plead causes better, and they will map out the courses of the heaven with a compass, with the dividers, and name rising stars. So all this little preamble here, now we get to the heart of Vergil's statement. Tu reger imperio populos Romane memento hai tiberunt artes paci quimponere morem parcere subjectis et debellare superbos. You, this is the subject, and this is vocative also. You Romans, let's use green here. You Roman, Romane, vocative form. But you is also the subject of this sentence. Memento, remember. Now this is a future imperative. We don't see these too often, so take note of it. A future imperative, memento. You, Roman, remember, complementary infinitive, to rule the peoples, accusative, imperio, with your command, with power, or your rule. This is the Roman job, whereas the Greeks are making great art, they're rhetoricians, they're great scientists, astronomers. You, Roman, remember to rule the peoples with your command. This is the Roman calling, and what the Romans excel at. Hai tiberunt artes. These will be, future, these will be your arts, your skills. And that tibi is a dative of possession. These will be the skills for you, or to you. Hai, we would expect, would normally be a neuter plural, talking about this whole thing up here. But because artes is feminine, it's drawn into the gender of artes. So we have a feminine form of hai. These will be your arts. And remember this memento here. Remember to imponere, another complementary infinitive, to impose the custom paki on peace. This is, I believe this is ablative here. The custom on peace. meaning to create the pax romana wherever you go. Parcere subjectis et debellare superbos. To give mercy to the conquered. To spare the conquered. Okay, more complementary infinitives. To spare. And parcere takes the dative as its object. Literally, you could say, be sparing to the conquered, if you want to do it that way. And to war down, or bellare, think of bellum, war. To completely war down, or conquer. Superbos, the proud. To debellare superbos. And that's accusative there. This is the objective here, but it takes dative, and this is the object here, it takes the accusative. You, Roman, and he's speaking to all Romans, right? Not just Aeneas, but this is the message to all Romans, that this is what Romans do. You, Roman, remember to rule the peoples with your command. These shall be your arts, and to impose the custom on peace. To yield, to be sparing to the conquered, and to war down the proud. So a very balanced, concise, and eloquent passage here, summing up the Roman mission, and at a very appropriate moment in the Aeneid, because Anchises has just gone through this tour of great Romans, and so this is the legacy of Rome, is to do this. I'm going to go ahead and read it one more time in the Latin, so you can absorb the meaning with hearing the Latin, and then we'll move on to the next section on Marcellus. Excudent alii spirantia mollius aera. Cred equidem vivos ducent de marmore vultus. Orabunt causas melius caelique meatus describent radi et surgentia side radicent. Tu, reg imperio populos Romane memento, hae tibi erunt artes, paci quimponere morem, parcere subjectis, et debellare superbos.